This is way worse than we had thought. We got to talk about the Ethan Salas injury situation. What one of the Padres' top prospects being on the shelf for a month or two means both in the here and now and in the long-term health of the organization. What's going on, everybody? I'm Christian Pedersen, back with another episode of Padres Digest. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is the part of the show where I introduce myself as a random dude on the internet talking about the Padres, and the show is a just we're having fun thing. We are not baseball insiders. Don't take it so seriously. If you could also hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. All right, let's talk some baseball. Ethan Salas, the number 29 overall prospect and the catcher future, or at least the heir apparent behind the dish for the San Diego Padres, he has a stress reaction in his back. The overwhelming urge of every injury that I've had, or of every injury that I cover here, to just be like, let's go down the WebMD hole of all the different could this mean? What could this mean? A stress reaction in his back was as vague as a place as I've ever started. And going from there, it seems like this is largely not a break or tear or anything, and it's more of an overwork kind of situation. He's been sidelined since mid-April. We are talking to you guys as of recording this in early mid-ish May. So he's already been on the shelf largely for a month and is still going to miss a month or two. What does that mean in the here and now? What does that mean in the long term for the Padres? The here and the now, and I'm afraid I will lose some of you guys on this because you're just here for the basic information and you'll tune out after. I say it doesn't directly affect the here and the now. So this is not a worst case scenario, holy heck, the blueprint has all fallen apart thing. He's in the minors. He is not just, we've got Leo DeVry's videos galore that you can go watch. Like I say, hit the subscribe button. But Leo's down in the minors just absolutely tearing the cover off the ball. We'll show you Ethan Salas' offensive numbers right now. He is not necessarily ever known prospect-wise as an offensive target. He's a defensive and arm kind of guy. He's also a young guy. At 18, these numbers, they only matter if you absolutely need them to matter. Like, if you need a guy to be up there tomorrow, you could then take these into account and be like, okay, maybe this guy hasn't, maybe this guy doesn't. This guy, Ethan Salas, is not MLB ready, so him being out for 2 months does not directly affect the actual day-to-day of the Padres. But let me loop you in on where I think that this is a very, very key. It might be one of the most important injuries the Padres have going on right now. And this is a bad, potentially worse thing than we were thinking about. Ethan Salas, at 18, has been kind of dubbed the future of the Padres' catching situation. The heir apparent to a very important central part of a baseball team. And the catcher is something that the Padres have filled with bridge quarterback-y types now for a minute. You could say Austin Hedges was the last, franchise dude we had. He's been gone a couple years. Before him, you can think back, there's been other eras. Some of you will be Nick Hundley people. Some of you will be Benito Santiago people. Some will be different. Everybody has a different era of, that's their franchisee or catchers. But it's been Caratini, Campusano. It's a revolving door of, now we've got Maldonado, and now we've got other guys coming in and out. And Campy's back for 2 games and this, that. It's not, there is no fixed person there that the Padres are like, this guy is A, and this guy is Batman, and then Salas is going to come up and be Robin. So if you zoom out and look, where do the Padres need help? They need left field to be solved. They could use a better situation at shortstop, although Xander's not necessarily doing horribly. It's just money into product out there is a little bit out of skew. You can always use starting pitching. And then it's catching. Catching is probably, I was thinking sort of visually outfield into the catcher, but if we're actually ranking the importance of the places that the Padres need to have filled, you can say Lockridge is a serviceable left fielder. Xander is a good shortstop. So catcher is the one that you circle at kind of the top of that list, actually, of most important pieces that the Padres want to have fixed. If Ethan Salas is in the minor leagues progressing out in a way that you're like, okay, this dude is on nobody ever knows X, Y, Z when the actual dates of this guy's going to be MLB ready come and go. But you can project out sometimes this guy's at 2025, 26, 27, whenever is going to be his debut. If you have Ethan Salas ready on the trajectory of he's getting better every year, we're going to see him maybe in 26, maybe in 27. Then I think you can keep looking at short-term bridge guys. Hold on to what we've got. Sign a new guy every year. But if he now has a thing where it's like, yeah, it's still 25, it's still 26, 27, but he's got a stress thing in his back already, and he's young, and he hasn't, like, he's got all the things checked for he should be healthy, but he's doing this. Maybe there's the back of your mind where you're now a little worried. Will 2 more years of service time in the minors end up directly affecting his ability to be the prospect that we thought? The front office for the Padres has come out and said that they think he's going to recover fully. It's just a rest thing. They don't need it to be surgery. It won't impact his development much aside from the missed games. Okay. That feels good, but it also, to me, when we go now, between now and the Major League trade deadline, when things come up like the thought of trading Cease or the thought of signing King or the thought of this mover, that mover, now I think the Padres need to be more active in the market for, if there is a catcher available, is there a deal that we can throw together? Is there a team in the bottom half of the league that doesn't have a guy that they really want to hold on? He's not the piece, so we can get him for something on the cheap. Or if we're going to say that we're going to ship Cease into the AL for some random whatever, we have a net positive catcher that we can bring back that is better than one of the two guys, Diaz or Maldonado, and we can have him under team. Like, maybe if there's something like that. Like, we didn't think Kyle Higashioka was like the biggest signing ever, but he was dope. He was great to have. He worked for us. If there's a guy like that the Padres can bring back for a potentially advantageous value, I think about this where it's like, okay, great, but so that's where I'm saying that this injury is worse. It now goes from being just a minor league thing to it could affect what the Padres need to do at a major league level here now, because the support isn't coming. Or, maybe the here in the today, May 13th, as of us recording this, but if you have a guy who's a catcher, who's a prospect, who's still a couple years out, and he's supposed to be the guy, but the guy is already showing signs of potentially a chronically developing issue long-term that could just be like, hey, his back's never quite right. I don't love putting all my eggs into that basket. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it might not affect us in terms of who's going out there into the lineup, but I think this does have a very big impact on the Padres. Let me know, though, what you think, both of, is this actually important? Does it affect us in any way, shape, and form in terms of the catcher, prospect, situation, rotation, depth chart, or do you think that we just need to dish him? Or I've seen some comments already saying that we were too late and we should have already dealt him and this is going to permanently hurt his value? Let me know, though, what you think. And like I said at the beginning, if you could hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. Until next time, talk to you guys soon.